You're watching 11 Alive Morning News. 11 minutes of nonstop news starts now.
First this morning, Clayton County's former sheriff Victor Hill could be heading to prison today. What we're learning ahead of a sentencing hearing this morning.
Forgery on loan documents leaving customers with the bill. A Metro Atlanta dealership facing some big accusations.
It's a very cold start to the morning with temperatures at or below the freezing mark in many spots. We'll have plenty of sunshine this afternoon, but will it heat us up? I'll let you know in the full forecast straight ahead.
First this morning, we are staying on top of breaking news. A family of 5 narrowly escaping a house fire overnight in Atlanta. This morning, we're working to get answers about how it started. There's a lot of damage to the home on Macon Drive. Their pet died in that fire.
In less than 3 hours, former Clayton County Sheriff Victor Hill goes before a judge.
He's going to learn his fate on federal charges. 11 Alive's Molly Oak joins us to explain possible sentences.
And while that sentencing is up to the discretion of the judge, Hill faces anywhere from 2 to 15 years in federal prison. However, Hill's attorneys filed a sentencing memo last week asking the judge to sentence him to a term of probation, along with home confinement, and require him to pay a fine. Meanwhile, federal prosecutors recommended a 46-month sentence for the former sheriff. His sentencing is set for 9:30 this morning. We'll have a crew there and keep you updated online. Back to you all.
Sticking with your 11 minutes of nonstop news, here are some other headlines we're following.
This morning, 25 people are facing RICO charges in Gwinnett County related to gangs and violent crimes. Take a look at this defendant. This is Kari Kelly. He's still accounted for. Unaccounted for, police are asking for help. The gangs in question are named 56 Gang and Drug Rich. The 210-count indictment includes murder, armed robbery, and gun and theft violations.
This morning, a new pavilion will help handle an influx of patients at Grady Memorial Hospital. The Corral Pavilion is now open. It's going to help handle outpatient procedures. It would also create around 650 new jobs. At
least one employee of a Noonan car dealership is facing fraud charges this morning. Mom Desiree LaRussa says her daughter bought a truck from Nissan of Noonan, but when she looked at the paperwork, she noticed signatures did not appear to match. That's not all.
They had lied to the lender about her salary on the documentation in order to get a loan that she never would have been approved of.
LaRussa says her daughter's salary is $30,000 a year, but ended up with a $700 a month payment. The lawyer for Nissan of Noonan sent 11 Alive a statement saying he believes law enforcement is pushing the envelope in charging the employee.
A live look outside in downtown Atlanta. You are looking near Centennial Olympic Park this morning. It is a whopping 37 degrees. I think at the bottom of the screen there, Chelsea, it says 32 degrees, so a little bit lower than that. Ouch.
That'll wake you up.
Yeah, it will wake you up, slap you right in the face as soon as you walk outside. So make sure you bundle up, folks. You're going to need to. Temperatures will remain on the cool side pretty much through the day. 44 will be our temperature by noon. On our way to 53 degrees for an afternoon high. I think we'll hit that between 3 and 4 o'clock. Down to 50 degrees by 7 o'clock tonight under fair skies. And the winds will start to die off a little bit, which will allow those temperatures once again to fall back off into the 20s and 30s overnight tonight. So it's going to be another cold night for us. We have a freeze watch that kicks in at 11:30 and will last until 11 a.m. Wednesday morning. Now, this could be upgraded to a freeze warning. Right now, it's a freeze watch, so we're watching for those temperatures to fall off in many spots, and I suspect that they will, especially with those winds dying off. May even be colder tomorrow morning than it is this morning. So, yeah, keep the coat handy, folks. Keep the coat. You know, a warm-up is coming our way. It's not going to last, but it will come our way as we head toward the end of the week. Right now, just a few clouds in our northernmost counties. Those are breaking down. We'll have plenty of sunshine pretty much all afternoon long. High pressure providing those northwesterly winds, which will be a bit breezy this afternoon, up to about 15, 16 miles per hour. High pressure will start to slide over toward the east, and we'll get back into a southerly flow, which will help to, boost those temperatures up a bit and also bring in a little bit more moisture to the area. So our chance for rain ahead of a front will start to increase, but that won't come until Friday. We got the cold air locked in right now, but that will be fading or at least moving further off to the north as we head into the coming days. This is a gradual warm up for us, but we will get warm. In fact, we'll be in the upper 60s by the time we hit Thursday afternoon. I think we stay right there for Friday, but then you notice that front back off to the west. That's going to move through, push that warm air down to the south, and the cold air comes right back in once again as we head into the upcoming weekend. It's going to be cold. And again, the rain chance increases as well ahead of that front as it moves through. Forecast track model shows the fair skies for today, looking great all day long. Maybe a few high thin clouds trying to make their way in here through the overnight going into Wednesday, maybe for our southernmost counties, but that's not going to last. Once we get toward mid-morning, it gets out of the way, we'll have the sunshine around in abundance. Now, temperatures again gradually warming up so that by Wednesday, around 60 degrees for the high temperature. So that's a little better, getting a little better as we head into Thursday as well under mostly sunny skies. Late on Thursday, you'll notice the clouds starting to push into the area. We're going to see an increase in cloud cover late on Thursday. I think much of the day will be spent in the sunshine. My pick for the week right there. Now, it's a 35-degree start, of course. We'll get 67 for the high. 68 on Friday, Leprechaun Day, with the rain that will be with us off and on through the day. And then we clear it out for the weekend, but also will cool down behind that cold front.
This morning, the Federal Reserve is placing Silicon Valley Bank under the microscope. It is looking into how regulators miss the signs of collapse. President Joe Biden said Monday that customers will get their money and that those responsible will be held accountable. The Fed's report is expected to be released May 1st. We're going to have much more coverage coming up next on the Today Show. Right now, prayers and support are flooding in for a UGA student in critical condition after suffering a brain hemorrhage. Liza Burke was on spring break in Mexico when it happened.
Her family is now raising money for treatment in the United States. Ariana Manise joining us with more. Ariana, they're just desperate to be back together.
Yeah, that's right. This morning, Liza Burke, she's on life support, and her family's trying to get her back to the United States into the Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville. The 22-year-old's mother tells us she was on spring break with her friends in Cabo, Mexico, when she complained of a headache on Friday morning. Back to her hotel room to rest, but when her friends went back to get her, she would not wake up. They immediately took her to the hospital. Doctors discovered Liza suffered from arteriovenous malformation and was bleeding in her brain. Her mother says in order to get her the best medical treatment, doctors agreed it's best for her to return back to the U.S.
She is the best daughter you could ever have. She's like so much fun, so smart. She's the kind of person, I mean, like, if she was here right now, she would be getting the job done. She could handle this all by herself.
Now the family has set up an online fundraiser, and you can find that link as well as updates to the story on our website, 11alive.com. Back to you.
All right, Ariana, thank you. UGA track star and Olympic medalist Elijah Godwin has another Olympics in his sights. This past weekend, the Covington native won the 400-meter national title, matching his personal best time. We've been following Elijah's story and his amazing comeback since a tragedy at UGA almost took his life. During practice in Athens in 2019, he fell. A javelin impaled him, piercing his rib cage, lungs, and the blade ended millimeters from his heart. He survived and 2 years later made his Olympic debut in Tokyo. He won bronze. Elijah calls that medal his miracle, and he promised it was just the beginning. So now Elijah is the newly crowned national champ, and he's hoping to qualify for his second Summer Olympics next year in Paris. Pretty amazing, Chesley.
Absolutely. We're starting off on the chilly side with temperatures down close to the freezing mark, if not below the freezing mark in some spots. We're going to heat it up this afternoon, but not all that much. By noon, temperatures only around 44 degrees. Mostly sunny skies all day long. By 4 o'clock, you're looking at 53 degrees. That'll be our daytime high, but with those breezy conditions, it's going to feel much cooler out there, so you want to keep that coat on pretty much all day long. Driving home by 6, we're still looking at the sunshine, looking at 51 degrees by temperature by then. We'll see those temperatures fall back off into the 20s and 30s for overnight lows again tonight.
Drake is going on tour with Atlanta's own 21 Savage. You're going to make 2 stops here in Atlanta. It's all a Blur tour. Tickets go on sale starting tomorrow.
I know what you're doing tomorrow.
Dipping into my savings is what I'm going to have to do.
It should take all of us.
Yeah, let's go.
Have a great day, everybody.
I want to go to that
Today's show's next.
Beyonce concert with you instead.
Oh, yeah, Chesley
Ariana's
likes to
going
do
to
that.